Randy. You have no idea how it was back in the Genesis days. You couldn't think, couldn't adjust. Look what you got. Let me go.
I think Jimbo got hold of a bad taco.
Hey, I'm a legend.
NFL 2K on Sega Dreamcast.
Sega Dreamcast games are now online, unleashing the ultimate horror, your fellow Americans. Jack into SegaNet through your Dreamcast console and join your countrymen in the virtual arena. Play NFL 2K1 and cream for meatheads you've never even met. Play NBA 2K1 and school some farm boy without suffering the scent of livestock. Or play Quake 3 and waste some Jersey punk from the sanctity of your own home. And so, America, SegaNet is born. And suddenly we are one proud nation.
Greetings, everyone. It is I, Nickinator811, back. And today is a very special day. It's September 9th, 2019. You know what that means? That's right. 20 years ago today, this console, the Sega Dreamcast, was released in America and Europe, I think. I'll have to research this a little more, but back in this console innovated so much in the gaming industry today. The controller's button layout and where the analog stick and D-pad are exactly the same as the modern Xbox controller. And this console was one of the first to have planned DLC and one of the first to feature online gaming via this Ethernet port here. And so, to celebrate 20 years of the Sega Dreamcast, I am going to make a video today showcasing the Sega Dreamcast. So, let's play this bitch. Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the Sega Dreamcast. Now let's turn this bad boy on and see what we get. Oh man, I love that opening screen for the console. Anyway, here we are in the Dreamcast menu. Once booting up the console, it will ask you to set the time and date. I'll set it to September 9th, 2019. The time really doesn't matter now. After that, you have 4 options. On the home screen, one is options, where you can set the console language to Japanese, English, German, Spanish, French, and Italian. I'll just keep it in English. Then there's an audio options screen which shows only stereo and mono. Remember, this was before surround sound gaming was a thing. Okay, then there's the music option, which brings you the console's built-in CD player so you can play CDs. And I must say, I love the moving background on the home screen. Then there's the memory card screen, where you can manage your save data. And I must say, the memory cards were revolutionary because they had a screen built into them. And for certain games, you can play mini-games on the memory card on the go. And here are all the Dreamcast games I own. And I am going to play a bit of each game, starting with the flagship title, Sonic Adventure. Whenever you put a game into the system and click on the music option, then play it, it will play a warning message that basically says this disc is for use only on Sega Dreamcast. You know, standard stuff, but anyway, let's get into the game. Sonic Adventure is a high-speed action platforming game with 6 different gameplay styles. You have high-speed platforming with Sonic, high-speed racing against Sonic with Tails, emerald hunting with Knuckles, some kind of robot avoiding gameplay with Amy, fishing with Big, and run and gunning with Gamma. Personally, I think this game is amazing still to this day. The game showed off the power of the Dreamcast, showing us graphics and power that we've never seen before in 1999. Heck, Sonic Adventure was enhanced and ported to PC, GameCube, Xbox 360, PS3, and Steam, so it is easy to get. And there are still people who make Sonic Adventure mods on PC. That's how good this game is. This first level really shows how good the level design is. It's sort of open-ended with alternate paths and hidden goodies. The music, oh my god. It is one of the best Sonic soundtracks ever. And the controls are still smooth as butter no matter what you play it on. This game has definitely stood the test of time. Now on to the next game, Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi is a port of the arcade game to Sega Dreamcast. This game involves you picking up customers and getting them to their destination to earn more money and time. The faster you get them there, the more money and time you earn. This game also shows the power of the Dreamcast. The map of San Francisco looks so big and so good, not to mention there's a KFC and Pizza Hut in the game. Yeah, because all 90s kids ate pizza while playing Sega Dreamcast. Lol. But anyway, this game is always a joy to play. It was ported to GameCube as a launch title, and also Xbox 360, PS3, and Steam, I think? The character BD Joe is so iconic he made a reappearance in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. No matter what platform you play this on, you will have a blast. Now on to Star Wars Demolition. Star Wars Demolition is a Star Wars game which involves you driving around and shooting your enemies. To be honest, I don't know how to play this game correctly, but it's a fun game nonetheless. Even if the controls are a little clunky, the game looks great on the Dreamcast. You have a lot of levels to play on, from Death Star 2 to Naboo. This game has tons of single player and multiplayer fun in store. Definitely a must-have for Star Wars fans who happen to own a Sega Dreamcast. Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation is a multi-platform game, and one of the last games in the series made by Core Entertainment. The graphics for the game look the best on the Dreamcast, but the controls do not hold up well today. But this game is still great, even though I can't get past the second jump in level 1. Lol. But that aside, if you want the best looking version of this game, get the Sega Dreamcast version. It will not disappoint. This game is an absolute classic. Next up, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is a skateboarding game where you go around a skate park and do cool tricks for points. This game is also on PS1, but the Dreamcast version controls great. The controller layout is nice, and doing spins in the air feels natural with the triggers. The game's graphics look great too. And this was one of the first games Treyarch was involved in. Definitely a must-have, and unlike Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, this is actually playable. Right on, dudes. And that's about it. Also, this console, as I mentioned in the video intro, was the first to feature online play and DLC via a dial-up connection. They had DLCs for Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, and even a web browser that is still active today. And you can still play Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast with the use of some tunneling software. Personally, I don't have it, but from the footage I've seen, it looks great. And that concludes this Sega Dreamcast video. It's amazing to see the impact this console had even 20 years later. DLC is now a widespread thing. The controller button layout is the same as a modern Xbox controller. And the inclusion of a web browser on a console is now widespread with the PlayStation web browser and Microsoft Edge on Xbox One. You can trace that all to the Sega Dreamcast. And with that, this is Nickinator811 signing off, and I will see you all in the next video.